I am Alex Isla.
Hi guys and welcome back. Today we're back again with Alex Isla, who has joined us recently to talk about her new single 52, and today we're here to discuss her as an artist. Thank you for coming back for us to have a chat again. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really good. Really glad to be back and just have a chat about stuff.
Wonderful. So, what are you working on now? What's happening in your world?
So I am actually working on a few singles. I'm at the point where I've just got lots of demos and just kind of trying to work away and making sure that they are up to scratch. And I'm working on a couple of films as well. So I've got a horror film coming up. I've got a documentary about dogs.
That sounds amazing. Tell us more about that.
These are all kind of like little things in the works. And what else do we have?
So many things.
Probably something life. I have that coming up. Stuff.
So you work on so many projects and they're all very different, as well as writing your own stuff. You write music for other people as a composer, that's what you do, and you have different kind of projects. How do you manage that workload? How do you mentally keep yourself kind of on top of everything?
Sometimes I don't. Having lots of little things can work out quite well, because with music, if I spend so much time on just one thing, my brain goes into overload and I get to a point where I'm like, oh, this is no good, or I can't continue. So you need a break from that anyway. Like, your ears need a break from what you're listening to, because otherwise there's only so much that you can go forward. But it's also good to have like lots of little things going on, especially for me anyway, because otherwise if I don't do it for a significant amount of time, then I get all like sad. So like it's good for me to have like a few things going on, because it means that I can kind of juggle them around, and one day spend a few hours on this and then a few hours on that, and it just kind of keeps my brain going.
Yeah.
But then sometimes I just like won't do anything for like a month, and then I'll just be like,
you say that, but I don't think you have ever stopped. You've been producing so much music and working so hard.
Most of the time I'm on my sofa though, watching it. That's probably too often, but
you can just say that's where you get your inspiration.
That's my self-care. Yeah.
So apart from Netflix, what are you listening to at the moment? What are you taking in? What's inspiring you at the moment?
So I'm actually listening to some podcasts at the moment. So you know Fern Cotton?
I do.
So you know that girl. I think she's from London or something. Yeah, so she has a podcast called Happy Place, and she brings on guests each week and she just chats to them. It's kind of like this sort of thing, like about what they do. So she's had like authors on, people that are into like nutrition, and just kind of talk about what helps them keep them sane and keep them going and really motivated, and kind of if they've had struggles in the past and kind of what's helped them overcome them. So I like listening to that because it really helps me feel grounded. It makes me think in a different way as well. It's nice to hear other people's opinions, I think.
Absolutely, I agree. And in the music world, is there anyone in particular that you always find that really inspires you? Is there anyone that you look up to, or do you have any artists that maybe when you need some inspiration you always kind of go back to remind you why you kind of do what you do? I think that's maybe something that a lot of artists of all kinds can relate to. They will have that sort of thing.
Yeah. So there's quite a few artists that I do really like listening to. At the moment I'm listening to quite a lot of Billie Eilish.
She's great.
And watching a lot of her music videos, because I really like them, and she directs them herself as well, quite a lot of them, so I find that like really fascinating that she does that.
So do you have a favourite Billie Eilish song, or are you just a fan overall?
Oh, it's When the Party's Over. That's my favourite.
It's a great video.
Yeah, it's a great video. and I really like public service broadcasting. My latest single actually took some inspiration from that. What they do, they take sort of media audio files from like quite significant events within history, and then they write music underneath it. So there's one about NASA and how they got to the other side of the moon, and the signal from home to the shuttle kind of cuts off, and that's a really good track. Who else is there? Who else do we listen to? I like.
So how did you come about Billie Eilish? Because I find it really interesting. I think I think I saw it somewhere on YouTube, on Facebook maybe, or something like that, and I thought that was it. I saw one of her interviews. It wasn't even her music, and I was like, who is this girl? I looked up. I was like, oh my god, she's huge. Yeah. Everyone knows who she is. And I remember I came home and I was like, this girl is going to be massive. And then literally like a month later, everyone was talking about her. But obviously for me, it was her personality that took me initially. Yeah. Then her music. How did you find her, and what was it that you really liked about her music?
So I actually had a friend who was listening to her single. Is it Where Do We Go? Right. You know the one that's like, where do we go? We fall asleep.
Yeah, that's
I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, so a friend was listening to that and she kind of showed it to me, and I really, really loved it, but because we were quite busy at the time, it's one of those ones where you listen to it and you're like, oh, I really love this, and then you kind of forget to go check them out like sooner. And then my partner also, like a few weeks later, showed me more of her stuff, and I was like, oh, this is actually really cool. And then she had the song with Khalid as well, which I absolutely loved. And then kind of, yeah, it was kind of, she's always been in the background for me, like I've been listening to her, but it takes me quite a while to jump on things from when I first initially listen to something, and then when I get some time to really have a listen to music. It's only been in the last few months where I've actually sat down and listened through her album in full and kind of been like, this is good, like well really done. Fair play.
And as a composer, are there other composers that you look up to or that you listen to and like, or ones that like that, or ones that got you into doing what you're doing now? Maybe you don't necessarily listen to them now, but you did before.
Yeah, so mainly Hans Zimmer. He is a big one for me. I kind of like grew up with all the famous films that like I really loved, and for a long time, and then as I kind of got into I found out that like he had composed all the music for all of my favourite films, and I was like,
there's something common in there that they all kind of connect to.
Yeah. It's probably, like his style that kind of translates through all the films that he's worked on. And although he's someone that, you know, there's no point in trying to look up to him too much, because he is who he is, and you know, you want to create your own music in a different way, but like the way that he arranges and things like that, I really take some notes from that, but try and keep it in my own kind of lane sort of thing.
And what's your like ultimate dream film? Is there a film that already exists that you're like, that would have been my dream to compose music for that film?
Yeah, probably. Like it was probably Inception.
Oh really?
Yeah, or Interstellar as well, which they're both Hans Zimmer. Yeah, they're really good films. And I do have some ideas for my own films that I would want to kind of create when I have that kind of budget, and write the music for as well.
So what music are you working on this year? What's the plan for the near future?
So I have about 4 singles that I'm currently kind of are in the works. I'm hoping to put something out quite soon. I'm looking kind of into music videos. I like to have a music video on the side of while I'm finishing the track, because one, it keeps me motivated to finish it. It gives me kind of a goal to like as a time frame. So I'm kind of looking into that at the moment. All the tracks are completely different genres to each other, but they kind of relate in you know, some way. There's one that's kind of peaceful, it's just piano and strings. At the moment it's labelled piano and strings. And then there's some that are a little bit more electronic and not breaky, but like a little bit more experimental. So I like to try different stuff.
And where can we find your music? Is it on YouTube? Is it on Spotify? Where is it?
All of the above. Yeah, so all streaming platforms really. You know, iTunes, Google, Spotify, music videos on YouTube as well. So pretty much, yeah, wherever you're subscribed to, come check me out.
That's amazing. We'll be sure to link all of Alex's links down below to her socials and to her music. Go check them out. Give this video a thumbs up and we'll see you next time. Bye.